a warning from Washington, fury from Beijing, and Japan caught in the middle. Trump tells Takaichi to cool it on Taiwan, just as China unveils hypersonic missiles aimed at Japanese bases. This is no longer a war of words. It's a test of nerves across the entire region. US President Donald Trump has intervened in the sharpest diplomatic crisis between Japan and China in years, urging Tokyo to dial down tensions over Taiwan as he seeks to protect a fragile trade truce with Beijing. According to Reuters, Trump asked Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi during a telephone call this week to avoid further escalation with China. The request came immediately after Trump spoke with Chinese President Xi Jinping, who told the American leader that Taiwan's return to China remained a key part of Beijing's vision for the world order.
I also had a very good talk with President Xi of China, and I think that part of the world is doing fine. With Japan, likewise, I just came back from Japan, and we have a great relationship. The new Prime Minister, myself, she's very smart, she's very strong, and she's going to be a great leader.
Japan's top government spokesperson refrained from directly addressing whether Trump advised Takaichi not to provoke China over Taiwan. At a press conference on November 27th, when asked whether the report was true, Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary Minoru Kihara said,
"I can't comment further on foreign policy-related exchanges."
The diplomatic maneuvering centres on remarks Takaichi made in Parliament this month. The Japanese Prime Minister stated that a Chinese attack on Taiwan could constitute a survival-threatening situation for Japan, providing legal grounds for Tokyo to deploy military forces in support of the United States. No sitting Japanese leader had ever drawn such an explicit link. Beijing responded with fury. China suspended seafood imports, warned citizens against visiting Japan, froze film approvals, and this week barred Japanese guests and journalists from an airshow in Guangdong province. The measures have hammered Japan's tourism industry and threatened broader economic ties with its largest trading partner. The American president's public silence on the dispute has rattled officials in Tokyo. Two senior lawmakers from the ruling party told Reuters they expected stronger backing from their most important security ally. One warned that Trump's reticence could signal to Beijing that further pressure on Japan carries no risk of American pushback. Former Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba broke ranks with Takaichi, telling an audience in Tokyo that every Japanese government since 1972 had handled the Taiwan question with tremendous caution. He pointed out Japan's heavy dependence on Chinese imports of food, rare earths, and pharmaceuticals.
"It is something that must not be changed, and we have proceeded with tremendous caution. As you're well aware, Japan has consistently contributed to the peace and prosperity of the international community since the end of the Second World War. Japan has always respected and adhered to international law."
China's state-run People's Daily warned that Beijing and Washington share responsibility to prevent Japan from reviving militarism, invoking their wartime alliance against Tokyo. The editorial demanded that the United States rein in its ally and oppose any attempts to disturb the post-war international order. The crisis has taken a menacing turn with the emergence of new Chinese military capabilities aimed directly at Japan. Private aerospace firm Lincoln Chunxing Technology unveiled the YKJ-1000 hypersonic missile on November 25th in a promotional video that concluded with computer-generated footage of missiles flying towards Japan. The company claims the weapon reaches Mach 7 with a range of up to 1,300 kilometers, enough to strike American and Japanese bases across Okinawa, Kyushu, and major installations at Kadena and Iwakuni. Chinese media reported that the container-launched system is already in mass production at a fraction of traditional costs.